Kizaru-san, お食事です。おー、いいね。
Today, we'll be making Kizaru's ramen from One Piece in just 1 hour and without using any pork. Ramen is well known as a labor-intensive dish that usually takes at least 2 days to make. But no matter how good a recipe is, if it's too much work, my lazy ass is just not gonna make it. That means for this recipe, we're gonna keep it very simple. No handmade noodles, no hours of braising, and no monitoring the stock. So yeah, let's get started. Starting with the broth, just like Kizaru, we want this to be light. Broth usually takes a long time to make, but we can speed up this process by using a pressure cooker. For the soup ingredients, we'll first need onions. No complicated technique here, just remove the roots and quarter. And then use one negi or a leek, whichever is more accessible. Remove the roots and roughly section it. Ginger, sliced and skin left on cause I'm lazy. And the main essence, bone-in chicken parts. I won't be preparing this in any kind of special way just to save time. So really all we need to do is just rinse it to get rid of any excess blood. And it's good to be used as is. I recommend using any part with bony bits like wingtips, carcass, bones, chicken feet, etc. that will impart a much deeper and richer flavor than just white meat. Add everything to a pot along with peppercorns and apple cider vinegar. You might feel like the vinegar is a weird choice, but you actually won't taste much of the sourness. It'll help brighten the broth and also break down the calcium in the chicken bone so that all you're left with is the nice collagen and protein that will really make the soup rich. Fill the pot with water until all the ingredients are fully submerged and pressure cook on high for 45 minutes. Let it natural release when it's done. This chicken won't be used in this recipe, but it's super tender, so make sure to eat it. Give the broth a taste and it'll need salt, but don't worry, that will come from the chashu braising liquid. For the chashu, use boneless skin-on chicken thighs. Full disclosure, I messed up and bought bone-in chicken thighs, so I had to debone it off camera. And the chicken I got was so bad. Like I'm talking feather stamps still in the chicken bed, so I had to like pluck a lot of those out too. But since the chicken died for my sins, I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Lightly score the inside of the chicken thigh and then flatten with the back of your knife to make it more even. Then trim off any excess skin, fat, tendon, or weird bits. Season with salt on both sides, then roll, keeping as much of the meat contained inside the skin. Now we're gonna perform bondage on this fat roll with butcher's twine. Make a loop around it lengthwise, tie a knot, then coil around the width from one end to another, and tie a knot at the end. Make sure not to tie too tightly to preserve the roundness of the chashu. Repeat this for however many thighs you want to eat. Pat dry one last time and then put them back into the pot with no oil. The chicken fat and skin will gradually secrete the oil needed to keep things from burning. Every few minutes, flip so that all sides of the chicken get nicely browned. Add soy sauce, which will char quickly to create some nice smoky flavors, then chase with water soon after to prevent the soy sauce from actually destroying your pot. Add mirin, brown sugar, and aromatics like leeks, ginger, and garlic. Lower the heat to medium-low and cook the chicken covered for 30 minutes. Flipping once halfway through to let the braising liquid get to both sides of the chicken. In the meantime, let's make some jammy eggs. You need 6 to 8 eggs. Make sure these eggs are warm to room temperature before cooking. I didn't follow my own advice and some of the eggs were closer to soft boiled because of that. My eggs were really old, so I used a float test to check so that I don't poop myself. Get a small pot of water to a rolling boil, then gently lower the eggs with a slotted spoon. Cook for 6 minutes. I tried really hard to be gentle, but somehow we still got some casualties, so oh well. Once the time is up, quickly transfer to an ice bath to cold shock it and stop the eggs from cooking. Let the eggs cool down to room temperature before attempting to peel. On a working surface, tap the bottom of the egg first as there's a pocket of air there, releasing some pressure, then tapping all the other areas equally. It should be much easier to peel after. Or just peel it under running water, which is a bit wasteful but always the easiest for me. Get the same pot of water boiling again and we'll quickly blanch this spinach for the other topping. Our chicken chashu should be done now. Remove the pot from heat. Only take out the chicken that you're gonna eat immediately because the rest of them can be left in this pot to soak in more flavors. And when this fully cools, you can even add the eggs in here and they will be marinated so that the leftovers you have tomorrow will taste even better than what you have today. Let the chicken chashu cool to room temperature before you slice to retain its juices. These are like tiny mini chashu pieces and it's so cute. Seeing that I'm terrible with filming times, I'm only gonna taste test tonight and make the full bowl tomorrow. Let's see how it tastes. They are pretty dang good. Definitely would eat a whole bowl of ramen now if I didn't have to face the consequences of indigestion tomorrow. It's now day 2, so let's get to assembling this ramen. The only bowl I have that resembles the one in the anime is this, and it's ridiculously large, so we're gonna have a ramen party. For the soup, I suggest tasting as you go, but I'm starting with a ratio of 1 to 4 for braising liquid to broth. Ace is dead, so we're gonna have to Vegapunk this. Strain the soup for sediments and season with a bit of salt if needed. Slice up the meat 3-sword style. Like I said, we're not using homemade ramen, so time your packaged ramen cooking to keep everything nice and warm. Carefully place your toppings. And there we have it, Kizaru's favorite ramen. Let's give this a taste, shall we? For store-bought noodles, this is actually not bad. The soup is great. Honestly, I'm not tasting a super big difference between yesterday and today. I think they're pretty comparable, so if you were to make this the day off and then just have it, I think it would be just as good, if not better, because everything would be like, you know, super hot and ready to go, so you wouldn't have to microwave anything. The chashu is actually super good. I don't know if I should call it chashu because chashu usually refers to pork, but you get what I mean. I think marinating this made a difference in terms of flavor more so than the soup itself because the marinade actually seeped into the meat and I can notice that there is more flavor in this now compared to yesterday night. Look at this glorious egg. Gooey in the center and well flavored from marinating in the braising liquid. I don't know if you caught me, but when I was placing this down, I was so worried that it's gonna just sink down into the soup and get ruined. So I was shaking when I was putting it down into the bowl. Really happy with how it came out. I think in the center, it's a little bit more runny than I would like it to. I think it's just because when I cooked the egg, it simply wasn't warm enough. So when I split up all the different eggs, there's actually some inconsistency. Some were runnier than others, but if you were to put them out for a while, that should resolve the issue. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, go check out this other anime recipes. Bye!